Menu narration option is set to off.
It's Week 7 of the NFL, where division rivals will clash in the AFC West. It's the Chargers and the Chiefs, just ahead on EA Sports.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us in a very rainy Kansas City, Missouri at venerable Arrowhead Stadium. Today we've got a matchup here in pivotal Week 7 as it'll be the LA Chargers taking on the Kansas City Chiefs. Hello again, everybody. Point of the NFL season. Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. And no run back on the opening kickoff. It'll come out to the 25. So the Charger offense making its way out, and at the controls is the league's second leading passer a year ago. At 25 years of age, out of Oregon, it's Justin Herbert.
I like this guy, and the reason I do, he tends to stay on an even keel. Doesn't let too much ruffle him. He will manage the game the way it needs to be managed, take what the defense gives him, and then he can strike at times. Had a touchdown pass. Yes, he had an interception last week, but he found a way for his team to win.
These are his numbers from last week's contest. 11 carries, 57 yards.
There were some signs of life from their ground game last week, but overall, just a so-so performance. Everyone knows they can make a slight improvement how they contribute to this aspect of the offense. Linemen can set their blocks and hold them a little bit longer, and he can be quicker to the hole and hit a lane. If they do that, they should get some better numbers produced this week.
Meanwhile, Herbert's throw going into the hands of Williams. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A gain there of 12 yards and a first down L.A.
This is an offense that's near the bottom of the league in rushing, so defensively coming in, you've got to know you're going to see the ball in the air a lot. And that time, it's a completion and a first down on this opening drive.
Herbert throws complete to Williams. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. It's another first down as they look his way again, this time 19 yards. And he's already got 2 catches on the opening drive. They know he's going to be a handful.
And sometimes you game plan for that offensively. You want to make sure that guy touches the ball, and sometimes it just happens naturally. And then you change your game plan. When he has the hot hand, you keep going back to him because he's running routes with confidence as the game goes on.
That's complete to Austin Eckler, the running back. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. They're going to go toss right side with Eckler. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
I really like what he did there because he took his practice work and converted it to game action because he used his hands, got off the block, worked laterally and stayed to the outside, and finished off the runner for a loss.
That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. It's Eckler again. And just a couple yards there down to the 17. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Here comes the 7th play of this opening drive. They've moved it well, but here's 3rd down. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A. Josh Palmer, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Chargers are on the board first here on the road in Kansas City. Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Kadarius Toney going to elect to bring this one out. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. So here are the Chiefs now as they get set for their opening drive. Now leading them out is Blaine Gabbert, former 10th overall pick who has hung around the league for 13 seasons now.
Okay, I thought there was something to build on in last week's game by his performance. I thought he played fairly well overall. The numbers won't knock your socks off. 2 touchdown passes and an interception. The bottom line, though, they lost. Yeah. How does he eliminate that 1 interception, continue to take care of the ball, and maybe increase the number of times he puts the ball in the end zone with a receiver?
When you talk about the defense for these Chargers, they've played well against the pass, currently ranked 7th in the NFL.
This secondary has really developed into one of the strengths of this team. They diagnose, they cover, they run, they hit. What a nice team.
Slot man moves right. Pacheco gets it again on 2nd down. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. Well, this defense for the Chargers, they were very good in the win over Dallas a week ago.
This defense certainly has a lot to be proud of coming off of last week's game because when you only give up 14 points in a contest, you give your team a great chance to win. The best defense in the league is usually going to average giving up 18, 19 points a game. So to be under that, a terrific achievement.
This now a 3rd and 4. Now Gabbert. He's got his target. That's complete. And he will have the Chiefs 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I know at the end of games, coaches always tell us that no one play won or lost a game. But this seems pretty important early, doesn't it? Their ability to pick up that 1st down on 3rd down, I thought that was key.
Well, you're already in the hole after the touchdown on the other side. How will you respond? We talk about that a lot, and they responded pretty well there. You go 3 and out, I think you give up a lot of momentum. You get down 2 scores, could be an entirely different game.
So they've got a nice drive going now. They're in good shape. What's interesting to me is they're also in that spot of the field where you would take a shot. Do you change that up just because you're down a touchdown?
A wet track like this, I don't know if it helps anybody, but it probably helps the offensive player running the ball more than the defense.
And while they're doing that, there's also the matter of focus. Not letting the elements get in the way of still doing everything you're supposed to do. Although you do think to yourself, I've got to hold it a little bit tighter and be more careful with my footing.
He was careful, got a big run out of it. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
And when the defense wins and gives up no yardage on a running play, that's something they can build on and carry themselves forward throughout the game.
7th play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6. Now Gabbard. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. The Charger D making things difficult, and it's 4th down.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw him break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
Butker's kick here is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3.
So both teams come away with points on their opening drives. Now they still trail. They answered the touchdown with a field goal, but at least able to break that goose egg here early.
And that is what's important, right? Because they didn't let that initial touchdown go unanswered. Took the ball themselves, moved it downfield, and put it through the post for 3 points. Game on.
The Chargers get set to go here for their second drive.
3-2, their record through the first 5 games of the year as they got the victory last week. It's still early, just October, but what have you seen from these guys so far?
Well, what I've seen is a team that's still figuring out all their pieces because they've got some new faces.
There he goes, right side.
Now he's loose at the 40. Austin Eckler.
And he gets it all the way down to the 3. A big play there for L.A. 72 yards. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Charger football to start quarter number 2 as they go to work on a 1st and goal. And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. And he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal.
That's someone who's pretty happy right there. That's the defense coordinator. Body after body getting to him before he can get started.
2nd and goal from the 1. And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Chargers.
Ben Mason, his 2nd rushing touchdown on the year.
And they are able to add on to their advantage.
Extra point up and good by Dicker.
And that pushes the lead up to 11. The kick unit on here for the Chargers as they will send this one away.
Here's Tony to return it as he brings it out of the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
Kansas City taking the field for their 2nd drive. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness. Maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
Now 2nd and 7 from the 23.
Pacheco gets it up the gut. And he'll manage only a couple here up to the 25.
Early down stuff will put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Third and 5. Thornton, the motion man right. On 3rd down, it's Pacheco.
And this won't do it. He needed 6. He only got halfway there.
But this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stuffed them for almost no gain.
Gabbert to throw for it on fourth. He's got his running back out of the backfield. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down. That was a pretty good job by the defense, I thought, right? I mean, they had to go to their check down, but still were able to get it done for the first.
Agreed. Anytime you can force them to come back to a receiver that's a little bit shorter in the route, you've done your job on defense, but still, they pick up the first down and get a fresh set.
Huge fourth down conversion. The Chiefs at 2-4 here in the first half of the year. And they come into this one knowing it's been a while since they've had a W. They have dropped 4 in a row. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football and picked up by the Chargers. Look at the big man rumble. And they are going to score on the fumble return. Touchdown, L.A. Even the great ones, some of the best, they're not immune to the fumble, and here it really hurts them.
If the ball gets away from any runner's body, that's when the defense pokes at it, swipes at it, swats at it, and finds a way to create a big play for themselves.
Extra point up and good by Dicker. And the lead is up to 18 now. Here's Tony to return it as he brings it out of the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. The ball back to the Chiefs and Isaiah Pacheco. Looking for a bounce back. Had the fumble a moment ago that went for a touchdown the other direction. See if he can get back in rhythm.
And you have to be very careful about having too quick of a hook with really good players. I did a guy's game in high school where he fumbled 3 times in the first quarter, finished with over 300 yards on the night, later ended up in the NFL. If you've got a talented back, give it back to him.
Here's 2nd and 10. Thornton, the motion man right. Pacheco gets it again on 2nd down. And nowhere for him to go again. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down. He's already fumbled once in this game, and I thought the ball started to jostle there a little bit, but they got to him quickly at the line of scrimmage.
They sure did, and remember, if you're not a very confident runner and you've already dropped it once, if there's traffic around you, the only thing you think about is protecting the football, not gaining yards.
On 4th down, Tommy Townsend to punt for Kansas City. And the rookie Darius Davis deep for the Chargers. Fielded at the 20. So the punt goes for 56 with a decent return of 13. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. The offense for Los Angeles returns to the field. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. 2nd and 10. Herbert off of play action. Williams brings it in. Down to the 10. Touchdown, L.A. Mike Williams, 67 yards. And the Chargers continue to pull away here in this first half. Extra point up and good by Dicker. And the route is on here in this first half. The kick unit on here for the Chargers as they will send this one away. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. Out now the Chiefs offensive unit ready to do battle again. And it's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
There to make the tackle, Khalil Mack.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. On third down, Gabbard. He'll check this one down to Pacheco. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That one good for 12 yards into Kansas City first. Now a timeout called for by the offense as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1.
Here we go, shot.
On first and 10, here's Pacheco.
And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half.
On first down, they go back to Pacheco.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. To throw is Gabbard. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
They're putting together a drive here in the final minutes of the half. But the coverage has been tight all game long, and they certainly want to keep them off the scoreboard here.
This will be play number 7 on the drive. Third and a yard. Gabbard now.
Pass to the sideline and pulled in.
And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9. But forget the run on 3rd and 1. They shock the D and rip off a pretty big play. Gabbard.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Charger TD. So this defense doubling its pleasure there. Remember, they had the fumble return for a score earlier in the game, and now this time an interception return for another score.
Extra point up and good by Dicker.
And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter.
Well, we'll move right through the break then, skipping halftime and back to the field for the start of the second half.
Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And he will be brought out here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. Here comes the Chiefs offensive unit as they'll have it to begin quarter number 3.
CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Throwing. Gabbard.
That's complete. It's Travis Kelce.
And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds.
that his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there. They run it with Pacheco from the gun to about the 35, second down.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defense in front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 45-yard line. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains. Gabbard on first down. And he whips that one incomplete there.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
Now it's 2nd and 10. Headed straight, it's Pacheco. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially nothing on that one, no gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on 3rd down. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL, and he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
The slot man in motion right. Again, it's Pacheco. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. 101 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Here's Gabbard. He's to the 15, and he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. 23 yards, the final tally.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
Thornton, the motion man right. They'll run here with Pacheco. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal.
The yards may start getting a little tougher to come by down here near the goal line. That's good work defensively there on 1st down, holding them to a short gain.
Once more, it's Pacheco. And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is a time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
Throw left side complete. That's Rice. Able to hold him to just 2 yards, and now it's 4th and goal. Great job of tackling there to prevent the 1st down.
One of the toughest skills in football, open field tackling. A lot of times one-on-one against a shifty receiver. He got it done in a nice way that time.
And no hesitation about this decision here. Confidently, they're going to go for this. 4th and goal from the 3. They'll run for it with Pacheco. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Isaiah Pacheco, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Chiefs' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Extra point by Butker is on target. And that will cut this lead down to 25. I guess the last score wasn't enough for them. They want more. Here comes an onside kick.
And this will not work out. The Chargers able to recover. And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, it was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that. Just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics will tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball.
Oh, and now some space to operate. He's got room to roam. And all the way in for a Charger touchdown. Mike Williams with his second touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Chargers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point up and good by Dicker. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Isaiah Pacheco and the offense back out. He's had a good performance, moved the ball effectively on the ground. Of course, he has the 1 touchdown.
And when you're able to move it as effectively as you've described, that leads to finding a way into the end zone, and now he's just trying to do it for a second time. And, of course, with that comes additional yardage.
Yeah, looking for additional yardage, and again, that second score here in the third quarter. Thornton, the motion man right. They'll start the drive here with Pacheco. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. 120 yards rushing now as he's done it on 22 carries. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Slot man moves right. Here's Pacheco once again. And nothing much materializing there in the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
They suspected it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already, and it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
Gabbert. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Give him 13 yards there and a Kansas City first down.
Kansas City Chiefs.
Pacheco gets it and tries the left side. And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3. Jalen Hawkins is there to bring him down. So both teams trade touchdowns, and the third as we're through 3 quarters. We're back now in KC. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. Ball right on the 50-yard line. Here's second down at 7. A give right side for Pacheco. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with third down coming up.
I think we all suspected that they were going back to him after he found the end zone on his last carry, and they kept the positive momentum going there. Another nice run by him.
They'll try for the first with Pacheco. Yeah, boy, a good surge defensively. It'll depend on the mark, but I'm not sure he got there. Give him a yard on the play, and he's definitely short. It'll be fourth down and a few inches. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it, get the first down, close it out. But when it's 4th and inches, shouldn't you pick up the first down? I mean, shouldn't you go for it? I mean, if you can't get inches, right, why are you playing?
And on inches, that's your favorite play, right? Don't mess with handing it off. Just go ahead and get the surge and go right up the gut.
Exactly. Create that. Just a little bit of space should get it done. You're almost able to take the snap, just fall down and pick it up. They got it there. I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss.
Here's Pacheco headed right.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
And this offense on 3rd down today, they've converted 6 times and could use a 7th here. This is 3rd and 14.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Amani Oruwariye. And the Chargers are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line. Well, they've got the huge lead now. They have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road and help seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
84 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line. Coming up on the final 2.5 minutes. And boy, has it been fun to watch this offense operate. Quite the display, and now they look to polish it off.
Running on 1st down, Eckler. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
It was Brian Cook who made the tackle.
It's 2nd and 8 at the 40-yard line.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning.
Ball on the 40 now. Here's a 2nd and 8.
Ready.
Once more, here's Eckler. And he'll take this one down to the 36. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
On 3rd down, here's Eckler. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as it comes with 1:15 left to go in the 2nd half. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. They snap it to Herbert. That is caught. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. That one good for 17 yards on 4th. Couldn't ask for much more from your offense there. 1st down.
Go.
Herbert will give this one to Eckler. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it. And it's 2nd down.
Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
It's showtime, baby.
2nd and 8 coming from the 19.
Up the middle with Eckler. And he'll get this down only to the 18. The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
I think he's as fine with that incompletion as a quarterback can be, in all honesty. He avoided his first sack of the game, and he did have a chance of connecting for yardage, just unable to on that throw.
And his kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, You never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. And now here comes Kansas City. Facing a big fourth-quarter deficit here, things not looking good. You know, this offense, though, they've been in the top half of the NFL so far this season, but in this one, well, their defense has really struggled. Here's Pacheco to begin the drive. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry.
Second down at the 19-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
Pacheco gets it again on 2nd down.
And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere.
2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. 3rd and 8.
Here's Gabbert now.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked up by Deion Henry.
And he's going to get this on down to the 13-yard line. The utter domination here just continues. This defense, I don't know what more we can say all around about their performance.
Well, it certainly feels in this game like maybe they're facing a Canadian defense. 12 guys on the field. It feels like there's an extra on every snap because they have really struggled to make headway through the air.
Herbert to a knee, and that should just about write it into this one. Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this